Music Unlimited.
Had that beat going, and then she had to say something else to me. Aww, let's go. What's the version? What is this? This guy like rapping over my song. Alexa, play high by NASA.
Music Unlimited family plan, which lets you play
that's ridiculous.
On up to 6 devices at the same time. It's $16.99.
Alexa, resume. Wow, that's just terrible. NASA probably won't let you do it anymore. I think it's a part of some kind of thing. Oh. Or maybe not. We're getting into the spirit of things. Much better. Oops. Get in there. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Whoops. Love it. Alexa. Hush.
Angels We Have Heard on High, Tropical Mix, and similar songs.
Now it's the wrong song. We're gonna do this till we get it right. Right, Alexa, play Hide by NA.
Remix and similar songs.
No, see, when it says similar songs, I know I'm gonna get something with some guy. What is this? Don't, don't.
Everything funky, yeah, turn around, show me a donkey. Oh my lord, oh that a junkie.
That's really bad.
Oh that a country, I'm a drum,
Alexa, stop. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in. R8RBEAR, R8RBEAR Live. Tradish! R8RBEAR Live. First comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to Mr. Hindu itself. Hindu like Mike Henderson. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Hindu. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Second place, silver medal. Yeah, I gotta do it. I almost said your name without doing it. I gotta do it. Dustin King! What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. I'm doing it backwards tonight. This is all my Facebook pages. To Carlos! I was meant to be an MMA announcer. First place, gold medalist numero uno, El Jefe, the best, Big Chief. What's up, Big Chief? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. What's up? What's good, Big Chief? Second place, silver medal goes to DPC David Pell Mr. Mount Rushmore himself. Ramiro! Woo! Castro! He already knows what's coming. So, Ramiro, what's up with your brother in that email? Did he give it up yet? You need me to break some legs? Just give me his address. I'll go take care of it. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in. And sorry about the short notice. If you didn't get notification telling you I was going on, it was because I went on pretty quickly. I didn't even wait. I didn't come on before 8 o'clock and post it. I just came on at 8. And so I just wanted to do my normal show, kick in for everybody, and say what's up. Let me get my stuff here. I got my notes. I'm ready to go. Some stuff happened that was fairly crazy. So Aiden O'Connell missed practice on Thursday, and I'm not positive he got in on Friday. Let me get over here and get my injury report together here. No. Like that. No. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we go here, clickety click. Because I got notes, but I also have some stuff I want to look into with their injury. Loading. I'm just kidding. It's coming up now. Okay. So Nate Hobbs is out. He did not practice at all. His ankle's still bothering him too much. Alexander Madison. Now, Alexander Madison is an interesting thing. He shows on the injury report as an ankle. And by the way, you're getting this at R8RBEAR family page. I promise you're not getting this anywhere else. You can look at these other Raider shows. They don't know what I'm about to tell you. But Alexander, well, they might. But Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's practice, that's not accurate. His Friday practice was listed, and he's listed as questionable, but Alexander Madison's going to go. He's going to go. Now, Zamir White, quadriceps, still having issues, didn't practice at all. He's out. Jordan Meredith was on the injured list about his shoulder, but he got full practice all week. He'll probably be out there. Justin Shorter, that's the tight end that we brought in case of emergencies, like when we lost Michael Mayer for a little while. He is not going to be able to go. For whatever reason, this sounds really weird because you almost never see this. Wednesday, he got a full practice in, but then Thursday and Friday, he didn't even go. It was did not practice. He was a DNP. So they're saying he's doubtful because it's his back. So usually when it's things like that, and they'll give you an injury report, but they don't give you great detail because that's kind of personal. If it's his back, more than likely with what happened, full practice, Wednesday, everything's fine, and then Thursday, Friday, you can't practice at all. That's usually back spasms. That means Wednesday he felt great, something acted up after Wednesday's practice, and he couldn't go. And if it's his back, and it's that critical. Jacoby Myers, his ankle, did not practice on Thursday, but got a limited practice on Friday. He's questionable to go. Usually when they say questionable to go, but they still got a limited practice in, and it's a crucial wide receiver like a Jacoby Myers, he'll probably play, but he won't start, or he'll start in name only. He'll get the first couple plays, and then they'll sit him down, and then they'll wait a while, bring him back out, try to get him in there gradually. Don't get him hurt any worse than he already is, and just try to get plays out of him. Amir Abdullah, his foot issue is still listed as injured. He didn't go Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday he got a full practice, so Amir Abdullah is going to go. Last but not least, our starter, currently Aiden O'Connell. Now, Aiden did not go into practice on Wednesday and did not go in on Thursday because he was sick, but he got a full practice on Friday. Even though it's one day, it was a full practice, and he's the starter. Whatever reason, that even though he had a full practice, they were going to shut him down. Now, against the Buccaneers, we may see our new quarterback, Ritter, and then they're already talking about bringing up Carter Bradley, which I think they did. And if they brought up Carter Bradley, that guarantees Aiden O'Connell's not going to play. Because you wouldn't bring up an extra emergency quarterback unless you didn't plan on playing the starter. You don't have Gardner Minshew, obviously, so now you bring in someone in Ritter. You can't have Ritter go down and then have nobody there. So that's the only reason why they would bring up Carter Bradley. All right, so moving on real quick. Now, that was nothing if you really heard it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only have 8 guys on the roster that are on the injured list. I think the Buccaneers are double that. Let me see. So they have 17 guys on the list. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, they've got a mash unit going over there. They have 7 guys that are out for the game. Now, I have a problem with that, and I want to explain why. I'm just going to give you an example of one of them. Now, 2 guys that are out did not practice at all. That's KJ Britt, one of their better linebackers, and Mike Edwards, their strong safety and free safety. Now, neither of those guys got any practice in, so they're out for sure. But, hang on, there's another one. Troy Hill, the cornerback, he's out for sure. Here's where it gets weird. Joe Tryon Shoyinka, linebacker, limited practice Wednesday. Friday, full practice, but they have him listed as out. Now, before the showtime, I didn't get a chance to look this up because I didn't see their injury report. I saw some of ours. There was no mystery to it, so I just came on the air. But now that I see theirs, now there's some mystery here because that's not the only one like that. Let me give you another one. Marquis Watts, also linebacker. Full practice, listed as out. How is that possible? How does he make full practice all week, but they've got his game status as out? Let's see. Josh Hayes, defensive back, Wednesday and Thursday he couldn't go. Got a limited practice Friday, listed as out. You normally never do that. If they got in practice on Friday, you make them questionable, not out. Especially for, well, it is a hamstring. Hamstrings can be serious. Okay, let's see. And then J.J. Russell, inside linebacker, hamstring. Again, a hamstring. He got a full practice Friday, but they have him listed as out. So, yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guys listed as out. And 3 of the 7 guys listed as out got full practice on Friday. That's weird to me. Oh, and only one of them was a hamstring. The other 2 were an ankle and a knee. That's baffling. So I just don't know what that means. Baker Mayfield was on the list. He got full practice, but his legs are bothering him. He had an Achilles strain and a knee strain, knee ligaments on their starting quarterback. Wow. So Baker may go down. This might be where we crack our losing streak and maybe get back to winning ways. We're tanking. I can't believe that that's not happening. Now, the only reason I believe that it might not be is after watching Antonio Pierce's game strategy, growth as a coach, etc. I'm not impressed. There's just some things he's done that warrant now you looking at someone else. Now, it won't be next season. So when you see people, it could be, but the R8RBEAR is going to go out on a limb and say that Antonio Pierce is going to get one more year. Now, it's not going to be a year of us tanking, but he'll get one more year because we'll probably get Shedeur Sanders out of the draft because I don't see us winning much more games. And then, more importantly, that Chiefs loss, the people want to talk about the Chiefs loss. They say, the refs screwed us, and it was this, or maybe it was this, and all these different opinions. Who cares? The bottom line is a decision was made that was just dumb, and no one's really talking about it. I'm kind of shocked by this. But they said, well, was our guy moving? Was it a false start? Was it a fumble? Shouldn't have been this. Shouldn't it have been this? Shouldn't it have been that? Okay, let's look at what happened. A pass play was called. Why? You're bleeding clock. You're already in field goal range. You don't need to get closer. Even though our field goal kicker had missed a couple, and we may have lost a little confidence in him, you can't give up on the guy because he misses a couple in that game. It's not like he's having a bad season. He had a bad game that we were still in the middle of, so I could see not having confidence in him, but you were going to still kick the field goal regardless, and he's going to make a 30-some-odd yard field goal. I mean, does anyone really question that? A 30-yarder? You know, I mean, the guy's been great from 50 over and over and over again now for seasons with us, but now he has one bad game, and we don't think he can make a 35-yarder? And the reason I say that is, going back to Antonio Pierce, coaching style, his knowledge or lack thereof, kids that play John Madden know you take a knee in that minute. You just take a knee. Just snap the ball to it, take a knee. You don't need to get closer. Why does a play need to be run at all? Obviously we're going to kick a field goal. We win by 1 point. Why would we keep moving the ball, calling plays, and trying to get a touchdown and take a chance at a turnover, which is exactly what happened? Usually when something like this that has a confluence of events that have to come together, big words on the bear, I know, right? When you have a confluence of issues that have to come together, I'm not saying conspiracy, our guy was kicking field goals to miss them, but couldn't he have been? You know what I mean? I mean, we all know we don't want to lose this position in the draft. We can't go another season without looking for the replacement, so to speak, for AOC, who, by the way, still has the Raider Bears support 1,000%. And he just had his best game of his life. 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, throwing strikes, hitting Brock Bowers 10 times out of 14 throws. I mean, that's damn good. And he did this on the road, coming back from injury against a Super Bowl champion, and put us in a position to win the game. But regardless, why are you snapping the ball? Because you wanted to have a fumble. Come on. What are the odds that it was a missed snap, or because Aiden O'Connell was going like this, he just had to snap the ball because he got confused and thought the clapping meant snap it now because of the clock running down? I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I do not believe that. I'm not saying that I'm positive, but I just feel like these things are happening because they don't want to win. And I'm over that. And you should be over it too. We all know tanking is a part of the game. Teams do it. They just do. And the reason we don't like it is because now we're doing it. You know what I mean? But I don't know a better way to get better. Because how are we going to get the quarterback of our future if we keep trying to win games, and then we win games, and then we're right in the middle of the pack, and then we can't get the guy for our future? When I think we already have him. I think AOC is going to use these last 4 or 5 games to prove who he is. And I think he will. And I think he's going to make our decision really rough. Now, having said that, maybe not. Think about what happened to Caleb Williams so far. He's playing with the Bears. He's not so good. Had they had a veteran guy there still, he would probably be getting the most of the throws. But instead, they cleared the deck to bring in Caleb and let him have this Bear squad, and it's not working. It's not working. He's not ready. He's not ready. He may play his way into ready, but right now, you know what I mean? So what am I getting at? What I'm getting at is even if you bring in a Shedeur or a Cam Ward next year, or whoever it is, Quinn Ewers, I'm telling you, man, Quinn Ewers is going to be a winner. I don't know if he's going to look better than these other guys, Cam Ward and so on, Shedeur. But, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I know, how long it's going to take. Will it be his first year? I don't know. Quinn Ewers is going to be a winner. He's one of those guys that he's exactly like our left tackle in that he sees the level of play, and then he says, oh, okay, I can be that good. And then he just raises his level. Oh, that's what we're doing in the NFL? College is here, but I need to get to here? Okay. And then you saw it. Colton Miller just got better. His rookie season, he looked lost. He looked lost. And I'll be the first to admit, I called him a bust. I honestly did. I called him a bust. And you know me, I brag about when I get it right because I feel like I get it right more often than I get it wrong. But when you get it wrong, you should admit that. I'm no Stephen A. Smith. Boom! Subtle shot to his balls. Not so subtle. But AOC, I think, is going to be a winner no matter where he goes. I think Quinn Ewers, right when he comes in the league, I see the same thing. I think that people will underestimate him because it's not flashy. It's not a running quarterback. It's not the biggest arm in the world. He just wins football games. Who's that sound like? Al Davis. You know what I mean? And I think he would look down fondly on that. I really do. Okay, so let me go on to a couple of other things here real quick. I have my notes right here. Let me just real quick. Okay, let me read this real quick. O'Connell is coming off the bench game of his career, throwing a career-high 340 yards, 2 touchdowns in last week's loss. With O'Connell out, Desmond Ridder took reps with the first team in practice on Thursday. Ridder would likely be Las Vegas' starter if O'Connell doesn't shake the illness by this weekend's end. And undrafted rookie Carter Bradley would be called up, presumably, to be the emergency guy on the bench. Let's see. Also missing from Thursday's practice session was Nate Hobbs, Zamir White, who are both clearly out. Tight end Justin Shorter, if I remember correctly, he's out. And let's see, that's about it. Let's see, was on the report but practiced. Oh, but participated in practice, Zamir was, and Myers was a new addition. Okay. So Jacoby Myers is very maybe. Meanwhile, running back Alexander Madison was limited while guard Jordan Meredith was a full participation for the second day in a row. Also running back Amir Abdullah had a foot, is a new addition to the injury report, but was a full participant in practice on Friday. So he's going to be ready to go. I had Amir Abdullah out, but I don't think he's out. This is one of the hankier injury reports I've seen in a while. It just seems like they kind of got it wrong. I don't know. Maybe they listed it before they really got back and double-checked with the players and the coaching staff because, yeah. Raider Paul, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. I completely agree. I completely agree. I think it'll only take this season to do it. Just tank this season, get your quarterback, and then there'll be no more tanking. We've got a defense. We've got receivers, but once you get your quarterback, you're on your way. You know what I mean? If we get the guy that can really come to fruition and be a good Raider for us, we're on our way. Shane Street, that's my guy right there. What's up, brother? Rare Saturday show, loving it. Alexa blocking the Bears groove. Oh, Ramiro, you and me are right here, man. We could never hang out. We would get in so much trouble with our wives. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. My fashion does the show. Urban Gonzalez, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Pete Vasquez says, what's up, Bear? Here for the great news already. Nice. Okay, so, Bear just checking in, watching the Penn State-Oregon 10 championship game. I know that Tommy is too. Okay, no problem. They feel better soon. And they're always shouting prayers up for me, so I want to send up one for them. Steven Shaw and Corinna True. Hello! Stars contributed to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks. We also work with St. Jude's and Early Onset Cancer, who is donations that they get from the outside from people like you through people like us. And we also work with Punks for Autism. Near and dear to my heart, as most of you know, my daughter has autism. And we've been working with them now for about 6 years. And they're doing great. They have still all original artists for their t-shirts. If you order any sort of nice t-shirt from Punks for Autism, the audio for that goes directly to Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Okay. Goes directly to autism research. Zamir White's a bust. The problem with Zamir White is he requires too much maintenance. He had Achilles issues when he was in school on both legs. So that means anytime you put him out to practice or a game, so obviously practice included too, because you got to go intense to see if you're ready. He gets what's called calf soreness. When you get calf soreness or calf tightness, that is a medical indicator that your Achilles is straining. It's getting tight. And if that continues, the Achilles will tear. And we know through science the last 10 years that that's the case. It's a clear indicator with people who've had Achilles injuries in the past is calf tightness. So when you hear calf tightness, you literally have to shut the athlete down. It doesn't matter what sport. Tennis, basketball, football, there's baseball, there's athletes in every one of those sports that has people with Achilles issues, and they simply have to miss competitions. They have to miss games sometimes so that they can let their leg rest and come out of that tightness. Anthony Acosta, what's your thoughts on DeCamerion, number 25? I think he's slightly above average and possibly a starter. DeCamerion Richardson, yes, Anthony Acosta. I like him. I even like what's going on with Jacoby Brissett. Wait a minute. No, not Jacoby. Not Jacoby. Our other corner.
Oh, golly.
I can't remember his name now. But he's been balling. He's a 23-year-old woman.
I came to say thank you to everybody.
Men, stop looking at her. Hey, stop that. I'm still her dad. Knock it off. Long-haired ones.
I would definitely say my
See you. I see you dripping.
I saw a lot of nice people commenting on post and mom's post.
Yeah.
About my birthday.
Yes.
Thank you for that. It was really sweet. That a lot, guys.
Appreciate the love, Stephen Shaw. Much. I can get back in and then do that. Sorry, guys. I got kicked out. I apologize. This was not user error this time. Okay? It was Zucker, that mother, shut your mouth.
Yeah, that alien, bro.
Zuckerberg.
He's an alien.
Zucker, mother, shut your mouth. It's not my fault that Zucker rhymes with mother, shut your mouth. Robert Cortez, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Okay, so back to Eric Peterson. Eric, welcome to the show. I absolutely would draft a quarterback with our first round pick in this draft. I am not like a lot of people who are down on Shedeur Sanders. Now, I'm not down on any of these quarterbacks, and neither should you. Now, if you feel strongly about other quarterbacks and you say to yourself, oh, yeah, Shedeur Sanders is nice, but he's no Cam Ward. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of viewers that are all in on Cam Ward, and I love that. But at the same time, you have to remember, it's not about what they do at that level. It's just not. When they compete in college, they're just showing you what they're capable of. When you come to the NFL, they are supposed to be molded clay, okay? That's still wet, not dry, and I can mold into an into an NFL star caliber starting player. Okay, now, is Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward and Quinn Ewers and some of the other guys clearly that? Yes, no doubt about it. But it's just potential. We see lots of guys that are number one picks, that are the highest rated, one of the highest rated quarterbacks, top 5, and then they come into the NFL and they're a complete bust. So, we're going on a guesstimate, but it's a solid guesstimate because they played well in college. Usually that's an indicator that they can play well in the NFL. And even though we saw Shedeur make mistakes in college, throw balls he shouldn't, have accuracy issues when he shouldn't, in truth, those are things you can work out of him at the pro level by shortening the amount of snaps he has to do until he gets more comfortable with throwing to those other routes and making better decisions. You can manufacture it, make him sort of a game manager quarterback at first. And I honestly like the idea of that anyway with a lot of these younger guys coming in. Larry Brooks Jr., what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Looking good. I like that profile pic. Good evening, brother. Hope you're having a great day. I appreciate that, man. I'm having a great day. I'm going to tell you guys one thing that's off football. So because it's off football, I'll be super brief. But I rode my bike down to one of these, it was like a Christmas tree fair, and they had all these booths, like you're at a flea market. You could buy different Christmas stuff and stuff that's custom made by these people. They had cutting boards that were shaped and had really nice stains on them and stuff like that. And I took my bike, and I was just kind of going through the thing with my bike, and I couldn't get 2 feet without people stopping me and just, oh my God, that bike's so nice. Oh my God, bro, that's incredible. Even the girls were cracking up. They're like, geez. Reyes Antonio, it wasn't Jack Jones. It was Jacorian Bennett, but Jack Jones is he's legit. I mean, we already know Jack Jones can do the job. He's a cover corner. That guy's a blanket. But Jacorian's becoming one. And so by next season, if we still got Jack Jones playing right and a third-year Jacorian Bennett, it's going to be tough on the league, man. It's going to be tough. And they're not going to have a lot of time with Max Crosby and whoever else we have coming out of this next draft. And the fact that Tyree Wilson is actually starting to look like a football player. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. And I want to say this to everyone that's watching that has any problem with how that guy has started his career. Remember, he started his career, comes into the NFL on foot surgery. Okay? Now, we all know, and if you don't, I'll tell you, big men, okay, big guys, centers in basketball, linemen in the NFL, offensive and defensive, when you start to have problems with your feet, it's over. Now, remember, even though he's not a huge guy, that's what got Deion Sanders, was turf toe, specifically in his big toe. And the pain was so excruciating, he had to retire. He did not retire because he was losing his skills, because I don't know how many of you remember, but he retired, he got healthy, and he was like, damn, I feel good, I'm coming back. And he went back to the Ravens, and he was incredible. But then the turf toe started to show again. Then he left, came back again. If I'm not mistaken, that was I might have it out of order. It might have been the Redskins, then the Ravens. But I think it was the Ravens, then the Redskins. But he made the comeback with the Redskins. He still wasn't the same guy he was, but he was still a shutdown guy because he just had so much knowledge of how to study the other team, the other team's quarterback, the other team's wide receiver. What are his tendencies? What do they like to run with him? And he would just cut off the slant, play the guy deep, and he still had all his tools. He just had that toe, and it took him out. So with Tyree, I'm just glad that even though this has taken us a while, at least 2 seasons, for us to start to see him doing things. It's because that foot took a long time to get right, but I think his foot might finally be right, and I think we might be seeing the beginning of what he can do for us as a healthy defensive lineman. What's up, Jim? Bear, our center's anger was for real after that play. I blame the lineman besides him who tapped his leg to say that they're good to go. Well, I get it, Jim. There was a confluence of things that went wrong on that play, but that's what makes me feel like it's suspect, or as the kids would say now, sus. You just don't see that. I mean, have we done it all season? We didn't have a play like that all season. It seemed like 5 guys were trying to screw up the play. No one could tell who was the person that was supposed to cost us that game. But that was literally the only thing that could keep us from winning. And that's the very thing that happens, a fumble. I just... And had we won that game, I guarantee you there was going to be a lot of Raider Nation that was going to be pissed off because that would move us down. Right now, we're in a tie, a mathematical tie with the New York Giants. We both, the Giants and the Raiders, right now, statistically, have the number 1 pick. So whichever one of us wins first is going to be moved down to second or third. Or probably second. And then we'll either hold first or the Giants will. And so I would rather play hard, get the young guys out there, let them run around, play the veterans so you look legit, don't look like you're tanking. But you shouldn't really be trying to win these games. It just doesn't make sense. Just go ahead, go down, get your quarterback, and come back next year. Yeah, Reyes and Antonio, my signal was bad. That was why I got kicked out for a second there. I hope it sounds a little better now. Jim, I really appreciate that, brother. My daughter saw you and other people saying happy birthday, and so they were coming in. She wanted to come in and say thank you to everyone. I heard Deion Sanders is still having problems with his toes and his feet. Yeah, Jim, and obviously it's a medical thing, and so, how do I say this? There has to be a certain amount of privacy there. They can tell you what's going on with his feet, but like, for example, if it's from diabetes, let's say, and it's gotten worse because of that, that's not our business. You know what I mean? So we may never know. But yes, they're saying that he still has really bad foot issues. He almost had to have one of his feet amputated from what I heard. That's what made me think it was probably diabetes, but who knows? Reyes Antonio says, Shedeur Sanders can be an over-the-top pick, while Cam would be the safest pick. Reyes Antonio, the thing about Cam that to me puts him over the top is the fact that he didn't play at one school, and yet every school he went to, he became the leader and played great. Not average, played great. Just went right into the school and became the man. When you do that, that's a sign of things. That Laube punt return. Oscar De Leon, look, I was the first person to say, watch Dylan Laube. And the only reason why we haven't gotten more out of him is because they're not running the guy. They're not running plays to him. They're barely putting him on the field at all. If they would just put him on the field, give him the extra snaps that you would have given to Zamir White or, or Alexander Madison. And I'm telling you, man, that man's screen game is lethal. It's lethal. He has a way of blocking just long enough and then popping out, getting that little quick pass, and then like a computer, he turns his eyes around, he sees all his blockers, kind of lines them up by going fast, but not his top speed. And then as soon as he sees the blocks engage, he has a mental timing to that, and then he hits the gas. And he makes big plays, man. I love Dylan Laube. I challenge anyone watching the show tonight, when I'm done, go back on YouTube, pull up Dylan Laube's highlights, and you won't believe it. The screen plays he has are incredible. Richard Nunez, Oregon does develop good quarterbacks. They've had a system there for quite a while, and once they got that system going, even when you get new coaches, they know what the franchise prides itself on. Even when it's a college franchise, certain colleges are known for the fact that they run the ball. Certain colleges are known for the fact that they produce linebackers. Other ones are known for the fact that they produce wide receivers, etc. Like Miami, and the Hurricanes, they usually produce some of the fastest wide receivers we get in the draft. Rosanna Pucci, Jack Jones is one of the cornerbacks we brought in specifically because of Antonio Pierce. He knew him personally, coached him in the past, reached out, made a trade, picked him up, and he's been great for us. Zachary Reynolds says, I'm not on the Sanders train. I'd really rather get Travis Hunter. Or do you think we should get a quarterback or a wide receiver? Zachary, I got to tell you first, I love the profile picture. I would absolutely first get a quarterback, not a wide receiver. Wide receivers to me are guys you can just get. And if you look at what's happening with Marvin Harrison Jr., with a quality quarterback with the Cardinals, he's starting to get it, but it takes time. You know, even if you come in as a phenom when you're a kid, usually the younger guys that come in from the draft, they need a year under their belt. You know what I mean? They need a full year. Even if they come in and they show promise, they usually need a full year. That's why everyone's freaking out about Brock Bowers, because this isn't normal. What Brock Bowers is doing is not normal. It's way beyond the normal. Usually when a guy comes into the league and eventually becomes a superstar, it's usually in like year 2, year 3, not your rookie season. So what Brock Bowers is doing is amazing. But I would go quarterback first. Bill Cox said he would take the quarterback from Texas first. I like him. I like guys that, see, like Cam Ward. Cam Ward, I made the point that he gets better everywhere he goes. See, to me, that's the ultimate athlete. There's no maybe about him. He is showing you, when I get to the pros, I am going to be the prototypical Russell Wilson. Not tall, but not too short. Can run sprint right, run sprint left, set his feet, and throw with his hips. The guy's athletic as all get out, and that's what the league needs now. But he's got that stumpier frame. You know what I mean? He's not a short guy, but he's not a 6'5" guy. So he's got that little bit more compact frame. Again, Russell Wilson. He'll be able to pack on a little muscle, but not so much that it'll interfere with his throwing motion. But help him survive some of these tackles by these 300-pound guys in the league now. Yeah, Ramiro, I did read that Aiden said the play was on him, and it did make sense what he said. So that's why I'm saying I can't guarantee what I think happened. I'm not saying I'm sure. I don't have a player. I have players sometimes that give me, tips, that give me little, comments. Not on this one. All I've heard is the same thing Ramiro heard from Aiden O'Connell. He said, it's my fault. I was running through the cadence of the play, and then I put my hands down, and he said, for some strange reason. That was AOC's almost exact words. He said, I'm not sure why I did it, but I started snapping, I started clapping my hands together, and to a lot of offensive linemen, that means now. I know the noise is here. I'm worried you'll hear me, so I'm going to clap. And I think that he was doing the clapping like just as a cadence thing. Blue, 33, here we go. Blue, 33. And then he snapped the ball. So, appreciate the love on the lid, Richard. This is the perfect time to let some second stringers get some snaps. Hopefully we can find a couple players that will help out the team next year. Dustin, but then it looks like you're not trying to win, and you cannot do that, because the opposite of not trying to win is tanking. And so you can bring in a couple backups when guys get banged up. So they'll have to say, oh, this guy's hurt. Oh, this guy turned his ankle, so this, that, or the other. You know what I mean? That's why I said the injury report looked fishy, because there's guys that got full practice on Friday and it says they're out. I'm just saying, when there's that many, the old saying, smoke, there's fire. There's smoke everywhere with the Raiders. On that play, in the locker room, on the injury report, it's everywhere. What about Randy Moss having eye problems? I don't know anything about that. Chris Moffitt, hey, do you think we go after wide receiver T. Higgins in free agency next year? Say we should. Chris Moffitt, bad car, bro. That's dope. Isn't that from the Dukes of Hazzard? Oh, that was a dope. The General Lee. Flag's racist, but the show wasn't, and the car's cool. Anyway, T. Higgins. Well, I would say this to you. Your last thing was, I say we should. I would say that. I would agree with you. We do have to get a 1. And I don't mind when it's that kind of 1. In other words, T. Higgins is a good wide receiver, but no one's going to say we brought in the best wide receiver available or anything like that. He's just quality. See, but I like that. You know what I mean? I do. I like that. Don't forget what we did with the Oh God! Well, we took a number one pick from the Eagles. Awesome. It's not awesome. It's not Asamoah. It's the other Asa something or other. But anyway, he was a wide receiver for the Eagles. He was a number one pick and a super bust for 4 seasons with the Eagles. And then he ends up in free agency. No one's touching him. Nelson Aguilar. Took me a second. See, Grandpa, I'm still pretty straight. Sometimes the Raider engine just needs a moment to get going, okay? But yeah, he was nice for us, and he was a total bust for them. He was a total bust for the Eagles, and then he came to us and he was good, like really good. Wowby! I love that guy, I'm telling you. Antoine Anthony, what's up? Welcome to the show. All the way out in Houston, appreciate you. Okay, Bob Standard, my good friend, says, will Tyreek Hill be a free agent? And if so, let's get him. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. I am. I'm down with that. I feel like he went through some growing pains with the Chiefs, because obviously the Chiefs let him go. In my opinion, that makes no sense. He was the best player on their team, the fastest player on their team, and you let him go in his prime after he showed you what he was. Now, that's kind of what we did with Josh Jacobs, but I don't feel like Tyreek Hill was anywhere even remotely showing any like slowing down or coming back, and he proved that with the Dolphins. So, yeah. I would absolutely look at him. He's not an Odell Beckham Jr. to me. I don't think he's a headache guy. I don't think he's a me guy. I think he's a team guy that does a lot of online stuff, and he says it's me. But not as far as the locker room and his teammates. I've always heard he's a good guy. I just got to say, I feel bad for AOC. I wish he could have got those starting reps instead of Minshew. It's not cool. Like what he did last year was a wash. Give that kids the keys like Denver gave Bo Nix. Corey LG, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Beautiful family. Look at you with the kids. Got a little boy and a girl. Good job. I had to have 3 sons before I finally got a daughter. I'm so jealous of guys who get a daughter and a son, or a son and a daughter right from jump. If I had done that, I'd only had 2 kids. I'd just be like, done. Like they're dogs. 2 dogs, that's it. But yeah, Corey, I agree. I mean, I was a high on Aiden O'Connell guy. I brought him up during the draft way before the Raiders picked him. I said every scout that I could find said that he was the dark horse quarterback of his draft, the most likely to come out of nowhere and become a great starter. And we got the guy and then treated him like garbage. Josh McDaniels throwing him in the middle of the season, and then when he struggles, taking him out and not letting him play at all until he gets fired, and then AOC has to give him the pat on the back and say, go get it, kid. He plays great for us in the final 5 games. Then we come back with AOC as the head coach, with AP as the head coach, and he doesn't give Aiden the job. I couldn't believe that. Watching Dylan Gabriel, he's definitely a Raider, unlike Shedeur Sanders. Jeez, Antoine. Edward, my guy, Widgie. Bowers has great hands. Hey, little buddy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hi, Rosanna Pucci. Bye-bye, love. Yeah, Reyes Antonio, I love Ewers. He was one of those guys that, there's a story going around that Ewers basically was in the locker room acting like he was big, shut your mouth. Like he was the cock of the walk, okay? I'm the man around here. And his coach went to him and said, look, if you want the NFL to be interested in you next year, you got to get your interceptions down, man. And he went, what? And the coaches were like, yeah, if you keep throwing interceptions, you can forget it. And then he cut his interceptions in half from this year to last year. And now, without further ado, I would like to welcome to you that woman that needs no introduction, but has one of the best in the business. How dare you interrupt it's your introduction and you're interrupting it. Are you serious? Have you ever seen an MMA fighter go up to the guy going, Red Rumble, and go, hey, I have a quick question. That red-headed lady of rage, woo! The Mama Bear!
Ow!
Ah! Hi, beautiful.
Hi, honey.
What's up?
I was coming in to look for something.
Lick for something?
Look.
You know where your mind is.
Looky.
Gotta call the end of the show. Sorry, guys, I'm out of here.
Hey, I know what you're meaning by that.
Okay, Corey LG asks, do you fire AP or give him a minimum of 3 years? Steven Shaw! Stars contribute to the show, really assist us and help us to do great things for you and other people, so we really appreciate that, contributing stars to the show. Much love. Okay, so I would fire AP, but I would not fire him next season. I would give him 1 more year. I would not give him 3, but I would give him 1 more complete season, which would be 2.5 years. So with some of the decisions he's made, I think most of us Raider fans can agree, he has shown a lack of aptitude in certain situations. There is no way in blue blazes in that Chiefs game that play should have been called. You should have called the victory play, snap the ball, and immediately kneel and make them use their timeouts. And if they had none, then just run the clock down as far as you can and kick your field goal and win the game. Instead, they called a pass play. Even if you were going to call a play, why aren't you calling a run play? And then AP had the nerve, and I'm not kidding, to say he expected Gardner to take the ball, go into his normal drop, and then just throw it out of bounds to stop the clock. But just to eat up a few seconds, maybe run right, run left, eat up a few seconds, and then throw it out. That's the strategy? Not take a knee and take the absolute safest play possible, run clock down, then kick the field goal and win the game? But no, he's got his quarterback checking down and going through his cadences and saying we're going to do this and shifting guys. What are you doing? That might be one of the easiest missed decisions I've ever seen. You're on the road against a Super Bowl champion. Your quarterback has just driven you down the field and got you in position to win the game. And you call a pass play when you're already at a 30-yard plus field goal, 34, 36 yards, somewhere in that range. And I don't want to hear about Daniel Carlson missing kicks. He's not going to miss that kick. He wouldn't. I don't care how many he missed during the game. There is no way that you could make me believe that in the clutch moment he misses that kick. I just don't believe that. I have faith in Carlson, regardless of those misses. And I think that he would have made that final kick, for sure. No question about it. Let's see. Would you do a blockbuster trade to the Bengals, our number 1, plus another 1 and max? Anthony Acosta, I'm gonna do you a solid and not answer that question. Or put foots in ya, as Antoine Anthony reminds me I do. Bro, they get a 1 and Max Crosby for their broke down blonde hair bleaching quarterback? Are you serious? That guy? I'm all right. Burrow hasn't even proved to be legit yet. Has he taken the team a couple times on runs? Sure. But we've seen lots of young quarterbacks in the first year or two do that. RG3, Dak Prescott, I could go on and on. There's a ton of guys that come out their first 2 years as a quarterback, they look halfway decent. And then year 3, 4, and 5, they start to get an understanding of you. Well, we're here with Joe Burrows. And besides, I don't even trust his body, you know what I mean, to not break down. Antoine Anthony, I would put foots in him, but more importantly, I love the fact that we're talking to Mike Vrabel. I love the fact that we're talking to Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is a proven guy. If Mike Vrabel was a chef, he would go into a kitchen, he would take a packet of top ramen, some turnips, and some corn, and make it into lobster. Somehow. He's just like that. He gets wins out of nobodies. Huh? No one eats turnips. No one ever. There was never an era for turnips, okay?
I don't even know what these look like.
Steven Shaw! You get that kind of announcement, okay, when you're Steven Shaw and you're, contributing to the R8RBEAR. Okay, he appreciates the entertainment level. Bill Cox, do you want a new head coach next year like Vrabel? Yes, I do, but not next year. I think they could get Vrabel to wait one more year. I think they could convince Vrabel to wait one more year because they would convince him that the job would be his. Alexa, resume! They gave me this terrible version of her song. Yeah, and then they started playing other stuff. Alexa, play Hide by NASA. Watch what she says.
Hide, Chocolate
Listen.
Remix.
And
Listen to
other
the song
stuff.
on Amazon Music.
And then watch what it gives me. Sounds good so far. That's my jam. There it is. Oh, it's so good. Wait a minute. Now it is gonna. Oh, there it is. I'm like, wait a minute. Where's that guy with the terrible voice? I'm playing it for Mama Bear, and suddenly the guy with the terrible voice is gone. Can you believe this? And I didn't ask for a different version. It just gave me a different version for some reason. The Raider Bear! A Raider! I actually have a lot more. I just don't have a lot more time. I love you guys. I'll watch the game tomorrow. We're going to post shout videos and good stuff. And then I'll be back on Monday to discuss the game, what happened, why we lost. God, and this is the guy they chose to rap over this track. No hope, but when I have that, cause I'm going to come and give you that, cause I'm the Raider Bear, and I just don't care, and I have a level of hair like you won't stare. No, this guy needs to stop it. No, Glenn, Glenn, no. Glenn L. Sport Jr. How about those Chiefs? Glenn, come on, man. You're having an undefeated season? That's terrible. How can you have an undefeated season and play lousy in almost all the games? It's ridiculous. You guys were terrible this year. And we should have beat you in that game. What? He said bad words? The words expressed in this new version of my opening song are not the views of Raider Bear and Raider Bear Family Page, but they are of Mama Bear. Oh, she's a naughty mouth mother, shut your mouth. Alright, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. I'll see you soon. Raider Bear, Mama Bear, Little Cub, Raider Bear Family Page. Peace.